My name is Muwanguzi Deo. Deo wandering the abstract space is here to change the world for good. Now, the Lord liberates the Israelites after departing the Red Sea, so that the Israelites pass, but Pharaoh and his army drowned. The sea remained to its full depth, returned to its full depth, while the Egyptians were fleeing into it. So the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. Then the waters returned and covered the chariots, the horsemen, and all the army of Pharaoh. Pharaoh was called Ramses, that was his name, Pharaoh by that time, when the Lord liberated the children of Israel under the guidance of Moses, or under Moses. The Pharaoh was called Ramses. So, all the army of Pharaoh that came into the sea after the Israelites, not so much as one of them remained, none of them remained. But the children of Israelites had walked on dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall to them on their right and on their left hand. So the Lord saved Israel that day out of the land of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead on the seashore. The Lord liberated his children, the Israelites, from the bondage of slavery which they had lived in for 400 years, and the Lord left the army of Ramses destroyed. So the Lord still guided the Israelites in the wilderness with the pillars of fire and the pillars of wind. The Lord was so kind to his people, the Israelites, just as the Lord is kind to us. Anyone who puts his trust in the Lord is kind towards you. But anyone who runs away from God, anyone who mocks God, automatically you are an enemy to God, and God is not on your side, which means anything that will happen to you, you deserve it. So the Lord used Moses to liberate his people from slavery, and Moses acted as the priest, he acted as the judge, he was the leader, he was doing everything on his own, until when his father-in-law Jethro came to him, because he saw that Moses was overworked, he was doing so much. Jethro advised Moses to partition work to different people. So Joshua was made the general of the army. He was concerned with defense. He was the head of defense. And the Lord told Moses to appoint Aaron, Moses' brother, to appoint Aaron as the high priest. Aaron was made the high priest, the high priest of the children of Israel and his children. Aaron's children were Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Aaron's favorite among his 4 children was Eleazar. Eleazar was the second last born, and their mother was called Elisheba, but Elisheba died, and Aaron Aaron loved Joanna. So to be a priest by that time, you had to marry a virgin only, and you could not cry, you could not bury. To be a priest, you could not shed tears, and you could not bury. And if it came to marriage, you could marry only virgins. So Aaron's sons, for Eliezer had a wife already, and he had a son who was called Phineas. They had Phineas, their son, Eliezer. Nadab and Abihu, they were Abihu was the oldest son. Nadab was the oldest son, then Abihu, followed by Eliezer and Ithamar, the last. But Nadab and Abihu, they had no wives, and they were made priests. Aaron was the high priest. So Nadab fell in love with a widower, and Abihu fell in love with Joanna, Aaron's wife. But by then Aaron was not interested in Joanna, but Joanna was interested in Aaron. And Abihu, Aaron's son, loved Joanna, but Joanna did not love Abihu. So one night, Nadab and Abihu went to the temple of the Lord, and after drinking, they were drunk. They went to the temple of the Lord. They messed up things there. The Lord was so angry, he was annoyed. Fire came out from what? Tabernacle, and consumed them. It killed Nadab and Abihu that night, the same night. So Aaron lost two sons that very night. Nadab and Abihu died after annoying God. So Aaron remained with Eliezer and Ithamar. But time came on, also Ithamar died. So it was only Eliezer who remained. Aaron was made Aaron was the high priest, and Eliezer was the priest. All these, the three ones were dead. So Aaron remained with one child, Eliezer. So the Lord told Moses to tell Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hua, of the tribe of Judah. Bezalel, with the help of Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, made the Ark of Covenant. The Ark of Covenant was made by Bezalel and Aholiab. Bezalel, from the tribe of Judah, who was helped by Aholiab, who was from the tribe of Dan. And Bezalel, the one who made the Ark of the Lord, he designed everything that was in the tabernacle. Every handicraft, beautiful handicraft that was in the Ark of the Lord was designed by Bezalel. Even the 12 stones that the high priest could wear on his chest, the stones, the 12 stones were designed by Bezalel. Any craft hand was designed by Bezalel by the help of Aholiab. And Joshua was the head of the army. He married Anna, but who later died. So Moses, the children of Israel could always annoy God, but the Lord, through his mercy, he could forgive them after Moses pleading before them to God. But there is a time which came, and God was so annoyed. There was a Levite who was called Koli, and Koli was a relative to Moses. Koli divided the Israelites. They wanted to overthrow Moses. They said now they took sides. The ones who belonged to Koli and those who belonged to Moses. They took sides. Moses, the Lord told Moses, don't you leave. You are going to see what I'm going to do to Koli. So when time came, Moses decided and told the people that those ones who follow me, come to me. Those ones who follow Koli, go to Koli. And that's what they did. So Koli took the people who were believing in him, his way. The Lord was so annoyed with Koli and the people who were following Koli, because those people had forgotten what the Lord had done to them. They had forgotten God's miracles. They had forgotten what the Lord had done, how God had delivered them from Egypt. They had forgotten the man that God was giving them every day. They had forgotten the way God was protecting them. They had forgotten every good thing that the Lord was giving them. And those people were always attacking Moses. They were always not contented. So the people who went with Koli, the Lord opened the land and it swallowed them. They all fell in the land. The land swallowed everyone who was following Koli. And the Lord told them that those people, they will never enter the promised land. They died in the wilderness. The Lord opened the land. This land we are walking on. One day it was opened by the Lord, and it swallowed the people. They died because they did not honor God. So those people who are mocking God, you are mocking God and standing on his land. How narrow-minded are you? How can you stand on the land which you did not create, and you go on mocking the creator of that land? God has power on everything. God has power on nature. If he decides to separate water, he can separate the sea. He separated the sea for the children of Israel to pass, the Red Sea. He separated the River Jordan for children of Israel to pass with Joshua. The Lord opened the land and it swallowed the people who had annoyed God. And those Israelites did not reach the promised land. So the Lord can do everything in his will. He can do everything in his mighty. This is Day One Ring, the abstract space. Day One Ring is here to change the world for good. Day One Ring is the boat, the best of all time. Day One Ring. To God be the glory. Shalom, shalom. Emuna.